Hi YouTube, my name is Heather and I love anti-MLM content here on YouTube. Today I'm super excited for us to watch a quick video from MLM coach Eric Worre, who's going to tell us how to deal with network marketing haters. I'm really excited to get started, and as always, please let me know what you think about this topic down below.
Does anybody have a network marketing hater? I love network marketing haters so much. I wish, like the biggest critic in the world, most educated, sharpest person you could find. My dream is to go on live television with that person, like on the halftime of the Super Bowl, and just have a discussion. That's my dream. Or on YouTube or anything, anywhere, anytime. But they always run away. I've tried for 10 years, every single one, all the big names, I've tried every single one. And they just like, no, they don't want me messing up their deal.
Sir, please provide your sources. Which big anti-MLMers have you reached out to have a debate with, and who exactly declined your request? Out of the ones that are bigger on YouTube right now, like CC Suarez would jump at the chance to debate you, sir. Jessica Hicks and Aaron Bees, they would all jump at the chance to talk to you, especially Aaron. So you're just making this up, like you're just making up a story to prove your point, and he has not said this yet, but people in MLMs, big coaches like him, like to say, oh, I don't even care about the haters, they don't bother me, and then they bring them up at their big events and on their team calls and on their Instagram, and for things that I don't like, that I don't care for, I don't talk about them constantly, like very high up Beachbody coaches or money coaches or money distributors in any MLM. It's across MLMs. I feel like the higher you get, the more often you talk about people who disagree with your company, with your business structure. Do you know what I mean?
But somebody comes to you and says, network marketing, stop talking. This conversation is over. Is this one of those things, pyramid deals? Are you about to go to jail?
See, Ray Higdon does this a lot too, where he says something very reasonable that people who are against multi-level marketing would say in a really joking, mocking voice to make it seem like it's worse than it actually is. So in reality, what Eric Worre is making fun of is someone just like establishing their boundary, which they have the right to do, and saying, I don't want to talk about this because I don't agree with the business structure, but he's making it seem like it's a really childish thing to say, and that they're just being bullies and they're being selfish, right? And something is interesting, that anyone who falls out of the echo chamber that multi-level marketing creates, anyone who questions the business structure even a little bit, is considered a hater. I know this is a really big internet term, but in my opinion, when I think of hater, I think of like the middle school playground and two kids yelling at each other and bullying each other and saying, oh, well, you're just a hater. It doesn't seem like something that adults would actually say. And 99.99% of the time, people who are against multi-level marketing actually have reasons backed up by facts or experience. Myself, I feel like I know a pretty good amount about multi-level marketing for having just like this mini little YouTube channel that I made just so I could talk about things that I'm passionate about related to this topic. I know a good amount because I study it, I do research, I listen to videos, I look at the Beachbody ranking structure, and I know exactly how these coaches make money and exactly why it's a pyramid scheme. So my opinions are backed up by facts, research, knowledge, listening to people like you, Eric Worre, and listening to high up Beachbody coaches, and forming my very well-informed opinion. So I'm not a hater. I am just an educated individual who has an opinion that's different than yours. Does that make sense?
You ever get those? Here's my process with those. I love those. Oh, if you have any, send them to me, please. It's the greatest conversation ever. But here's the conversation. You just go, stop, 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 stop. You got a story. What?
He's going to go into it, but they always assume that anyone who's anti-MLM had to have been in an MLM company before and failed and didn't make any money. And a lot of people who are really big on YouTube have not been in an MLM before and are just well educated and do their research and know why it's a scam. Others have been in an MLM, and lots of them have found pretty significant success in multi-level marketing. Like Julie Joe was in the second highest rank in Arbonne, so she got all the way up to pretty much the very top until she realized that it's a scam, that it's a cult, and she got out and started making anti-MLM content on YouTube. So it's not just because people might have had a negative experience, it's because they're well educated and they formed a well-informed opinion based on facts, sir.
What happened? Was it you? Was it somebody in your family? You can't have this kind of emotion unless you got a really good story. So forget about my
You can't be anti-MLM unless you have a good anti-MLM backstory. Can't you just be anti-scam? Can't you just know how the structure is set out for majority of people to fail and just be anti-scam? Why do you have to have a personal story, sir?
my opportunity right now. I don't even care about that. Tell me your story. Tell me. What was your company? Do you still have some product in the garage? What happened? Tell me, I gotta know. That's why your car is pink. I get it. No. It's a great company, fine company, unbelievable company.
Is it a fine company? If it was a fine company, why are you making fun of Mary Kay then? With someone, if in this made up fictional story that did not happen, in my opinion, why are you saying, oh well, that's why your car is pink and that's why you must have had a bad experience, right? Like, you obviously think Mary Kay sucks.
So I love that. And they usually say, no, I just don't like it. Oh, I said, come on. I'm not trying to sign you up. I just gotta know.
Oh, come on. I hate the way you're talking right now, Mr. Eric Worre. And I know you're just trying to put on a good show for all of your cult followers, but you're being very condescending and rude right now. And I don't think this kind of conversation actually ever happened. I think you're lying and you're making it up. But I really hope you don't talk like that to people in your real life.
When was it? When did it happen? They finally, they usually just drop. They just 7 years ago.
And how often are you just randomly talking to people who are against multi-level marketing too? So like, how are these people coming in contact with you? You are a multi-millionaire from network marketing, and I don't understand why you'd even be in the same room with someone who is against network marketing. And all of these people are just blindly laughing. Look at the way they're looking at him. He's like some kind of god to them. He's a celebrity, and you'll hear that they laugh at everything he says, even when, in my opinion, he's not trying to be funny. He is now, but other times when he's not, they're just like, oh, Eric Worre is God. Eric Worre is king. Let's laugh at anything he says because he's our cult leader.
My brother-in-law got me into this stupid thing. I told everybody. Signed up a whole bunch of people, and then the company went out of business. Oh. I'm so sorry to hear that. That had to be bad. You put your reputation on the line with all these people. They followed because of you. They joined because of you and your recommendation. Then the company went out of business. Oh, man. How did you deal with it? They tell me their story. I've heard all these stories, all of them.
No, you haven't. When are these people sitting in a room with you to tell you their story? You're lying. You're making this up to prove a point. This is fake.
And I empathize with them. I'm really sorry that happened. But let me ask you a question. Was it network marketing that let you down, or was it that particular situation?
In this particular situation, that's fake and that's a lie. If the company actually went out of business, then I guess it's like the company. But then, like, if someone was in multi-level marketing, they made it to the top or they didn't make it to the top, and they had specific issues with the structure, it's not just based on that company. It's a systemic issue because they're all structured exactly the same. You'll have slightly different compensation plans, slightly different rank structures, but all companies are the same. You're not going to rank advance unless you recruit hundreds of people.
They say, you know what? Because companies go out of business, right? In every field, every day. This one was a little more personal because you're recommending it. I get it. And then they usually admit it wasn't network marketing. And then say, let me ask you this. And I'm not saying you have to. And I understand the pain and I understand the reputation. I get it. But if you could ever feel comfortable that the company was going to be around for the long term, if they were solid, if they were real lifers and they were doing it right, and you felt confident in the security of a long-term thing, is there ever a situation where you might consider getting involved again? If you were comfortable. And almost always, almost 100% of the time, they'll say, yep, sure.
How many of these conversations have you had? You're being a liar. You're lying just to prove a point among your minions. I know I said this like 88 times today, so I'll actually let him talk.
Sometimes as I got in and my upline pushed me around and bullied me, and they told me I had to do this and I had to do that, and I finally got sick of it. Then I would say, do you think it was network marketing that let you down, or was it that upline that was pushing you around with their out-of-control ego? And it was the upline. If you could, let me ask you this, if you felt comfortable that an upline situation was never going to be that, and you could be what you wanted to be, was there ever a chance, ever a situation where you take another look? Answers, of course. Whatever it would happen to be. Here's what I know about somebody that hates network marketing.
So mean uplines, that's also a systemic thing because of how it's structured, and they need to make sure that you hit your ranks so they hit their ranks. And if they're at the very, very tip top of the company, they're celebrities, they're idolized, they can do what they want, they can say what they want, and they're not held accountable for their actions or their behavior. So I think mean egotistical uplines is a systemic issue in multi-level marketing. What do you think?
Marketing, and says never, ever, ever again. They're gonna join again. It's in the blood. You're gonna die with it in your blood. And it's either going.
Why would you die with network marketing in your blood? I don't understand that. That's weird. And I don't really know what his point is. Like maybe he's referring to like MLM hopping, like someone leaves an MLM because they think that, like, because they think it's a bad company, and then they find another company, and then they find another company, et cetera, et cetera. And then eventually people realize that it's not them, it's not their fault that they're going into debt, but that it's the structure of MLMs that is causing them to lose money. Does that make sense? Sorry, I just don't really understand that point.
Going to be finished business or unfinished business. One of the two. You're going to live with your results, or you're going to live with your regrets. One of the two. How many people in this room at some point tried network marketing and said, never, ever, ever, under any circumstance, don't talk to me, I'm not doing it? Raise your hands, please. And here you are.
So is he saying that every single person who's against multi-level marketing will go to MLM at some point in their lives, and that they're just like maybe jealous or scared to join, or just don't know what it's going to be like, so that's why they're not joining? And that's always a big thing that MLMers like to say is like, oh, I was so anti-MLM and look at me now, I eventually joined. I'm thinking like, excuse me, no, you weren't. You were not anti-MLM, because if you were, you would never join this kind of company, which is such a fraudulent business structure where you would have to have an entire downline full of people, with at least 80% of people losing money every single month just so you can make money. If you were truly against the business structure, you would never join a multi-level marketing company.
So,
why are they laughing? He's just walking. Like, he just has to walk, and then everyone's like, "Ooh, Eric Worre is so funny." Like, what is happening?
Find somebody in network marketing that hates network marketing. They're one of your best prospects. They're joining again. It's gonna happen.
That was an interesting video. Eric Worre is a very interesting fellow. So I think what he's saying is like, every person who's against multi-level marketing was in a multi-level marketing company before, and they're against the business structure because something happened and they had a bad experience, and they're your best prospect because multi-level marketing is in their blood and they're always going to come back to it. And I think that invalidates really real, true reasons that people find themselves unsuccessful in MLM, not because they just had a bad experience or they're negative or they have a bad mindset, because maybe they did everything that upline told them to do. They went to all of the events, they implemented all of the training, and they still could not make money every single month. And maybe they eventually realized that the business structure is set up for them to fail, because in the Beachbody context, you cannot have every single person in the company be a 15-star diamond. Everyone cannot be at the top, because once everyone's at the top, that's now the bottom, right? And then everyone who's at the same level at the top, they going to keep building more levels. That didn't make sense. That wasn't explained well. But you know what I mean? It's impossible for every Beachbody coach to be a 15-star diamond, because no one would be a 15-star diamond if they were. Does that make sense? So that's all I have for today. Please let me know what you think about this down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.